Shalom, everyone. I wanted to share something fascinating with all of you. You know, during the days of the Omer, counting the Omer, there's a minhag, special minhag in Am Yisrael, all over the world, that we read Pirkei Avot, Ethics of Our Fathers. And we try to finish all the prakim, all the chapters of Ethics of Our Fathers, by the time we get to Shavuot. There's many reasons why. Obviously, one main reason is before we get to receiving the Torah, we want to make sure that we are better people. Ethics of Our Fathers, Pirkei Avot, is a series of lessons from our forefathers during the Mishnaic era and even afterwards, from the time of the Second Temple and on. And there's a lot of teachings in there. And I wanted to pinpoint one of them for us for this week's drasha. And I'm not going to say the entire thing, because there's only one part of it that I want to emphasize for this week. Rabbi Elazar HaModai Omer, Rabbi Elazar the Modai says, המחלל את הקודשים והמבזה את המועדות והמלבין פני חברו ברבים, anybody that does such and such, and embarrasses or shames his friend in public, אף על פי שיש בידו תורה ומעשים טובים, even if he holds worlds of treasures of Torah and mitzvot and chokhmah, אין לו חלק לעולם הבא. He does not have a portion in the world to come. My friends, I want to repeat that one more time. We're not talking about a regular person. Rabbi Elazar HaModai says, he or she who embarrasses, shames their friend, their fellow Jew in public, even if they hold worlds of Torah and chokhmah and mitzvot, ein lo chelek la'olam haba. He does not have a portion in the world to come. Now, in the Jewish religion, there's one thing that we all know. There's one thing that we all talk about. This world is temporary. This world is finite. This life is finite. All we do, every mitzvah that we do in the Torah, is in order to receive that final chelek, that final portion in the olam haba. It takes a lot for a person, after all the mitzvot, after all the Torah, to lose that special portion. I want to tell you a story about a rabbi that lived in Yerushalayim by the name of Rabbi Avram Genechovsky. Rabbi Avram was a very special Jew. He was the head of a yeshiva in Yerushalayim. And as those of you that have gone to yeshiva know and understand that in a yeshiva we have something called chavrutot. Chavruta is a learning partner. In the yeshiva world, if you're going to learn any Torah, you must have a learning partner. It's not enough just to have classes and be in a class in a shiur and learn lessons and get lessons by the rabbi, but before and after, for hours and on, you have chavrutas. Sometimes you have one chavruta the entire day. Sometimes you have different chavrutas for different things, different subjects that you're going to learn. And sometimes, a lot of times, the main rabbis, the heads of yeshivas, also have chavrutas with students. Even though they're not in their caliber, they might be learning with other people in their own status and in their own height of learning, but at the same time, they do have set times where they learn with individual students that sometimes might need extra help or they enjoy learning with. Rabbi Avram had such a chavruta. And this chavruta was a young man from the yeshiva, and their set time for chavruta learning was on Friday nights. As we know, many of us think that Hashem gave us Shabbat and Fridays for ta'anug, right? To rest and enjoy. But the Chachamim tell us there is no enjoyment in the Torah like learning Torah itself. God gave us Shabbat so that we can actually dwell in His tent of Torah and learn more and get closer to Him. So, many rabbis in the world take the opportunity on Friday nights. They don't even go to sleep. They learn all night. And Shabbat afternoons, forget about going to bed. Right after lunch, they're learning. Many Chachamim have been known to stay up all night on Friday nights. And Rabbi Avram was one of those. He used to learn right after dinner. He had his chavruta come to his home, a young man, and they would learn together until wee hours of midnight. One such Friday night, this boy comes, and out of the confusion, and he was in his own thoughts, he comes to the door of Rav Avraham, and on Friday night, on Shabbat, rings the bell. Now imagine, you're going to the dean of your yeshiva's home, your Rosh Yeshiva, a person that you look up to so much, and you're sure that if he learns with you, he thinks the world of you. Now, obviously, you're Shomer Shabbat, you're Shomer Mitzvot, yes, you're in yeshiva, right? And there are things that are unspoken. Obviously, you don't ring the bell of the rabbi on a Friday night. But by mistake, his thoughts were somewhere else, and he rings the bell. Now he's so ashamed. He's standing behind the door, he doesn't know what to do. If the rabbi opens the door and he sees him there and he rang the bell, what is he going to think? He's going to think he's an imbecile. What is he doing on a Friday night? Ringing the bell to come in? You knock the door. He doesn't know what to do. He's so ashamed. He can't run away. He just wanted the ground to open up and swallow him whole. No one opens the door. He listens in. No one's coming. So he starts knocking. He knocks and he knocks. Few minutes pass, 5-6 minutes pass, and finally, a sleepy, drowsy Rav Avraham opens the door with his pajamas on. And he says, I am so sorry. I had totally forgotten that we had this learning session together and we all went to bed. I'm really sorry. Please come inside. Give me a moment to go and change. It's a good thing you knocked so hard. You woke me up. I didn't even hear you knocking in the beginning. Lucky kid. As a nes, a miracle that happened to him that night, the rabbi had gone to bed. Or had he? It only became known to the entire yeshiva world of the time after the passing of Rav Avraham, this tzaddik. His family shared the story of what actually took place in their home that night. The rabbi heard the doorbell and right away realized that this young man, poor kid, made a mistake. And he's going to be so embarrassed knowing that, oh my gosh, I just rang the bell of the Rosh Yeshiva on Friday night. So right away at their dinner table, he told everyone, shh, quiet. Everyone go, wear your pajamas. He tells his wife, wear your pajama, we're going to bed. He changes his clothes and goes to bed, lies in bed for a minute or two so he won't be lying. And he comes out with his pajamas, looking all drowsy, telling the boy, sorry, I didn't hear you come. I had gone to bed. All for what? So he doesn't embarrass a young man that made a mistake. That is someone that has a portion in the Olam Haba. With Torah, without Torah, that's a person that understands and is sensitive towards other people's feelings. I was thinking about this. And I said, look at the world. Look at where we've come. Look at how far we've come with social media and the internet, connecting the entire world together. Imagine 25, 30 years ago, you wanted to get in touch with someone across the world, phone calls. And even that sometimes was rare and wasn't so comfortable. Nowadays, you got FaceTime. You could see inside the home of a person across the earth. Look at us. Baruch Hashem, Chasdei Hashem, with the situation that we are in today, everyone safer at home. Many people in quarantine because of the virus. Have you thought about imagining what it would have been like, Chas v'Shalom, 30 years ago? Only having phones, not being allowed to leave your homes, not being able to see your parents, your family members, your friends. At least now we have video calling. Is that truly a blessing? I was really thinking about it, and it hit me. You know, could it be that Hashem has a message for us in this way as well? Could it be that the world has opened up just a bit too much? Could it be that we've become too social? Could it be that we've become too connected, even when we're disconnected? Could it be? And the thought hit me. You know, Not everything in the world has been given to us for us to open it up to the world. Some things Hashem gives us for us, ourselves, and possibly our family. But the way the world is today, everything has to be open to the entire world. Not only that, but the amount of embarrassing scenes that are posted about other people on social media. It's become so routine, so normal for someone to record a video of somebody that does something funny, and boom, with a click of a finger, the entire world could laugh and say, hey, you went viral. Yeah, I destroyed your life. I embarrassed you. But you went viral. Could it be that we are in this situation because Hashem in His own way is telling us, you know what? Some things should just stay within. Could it be that you could possibly turn to your wife and tell her that you love her and not do it on Facebook or Twitter? Could it be that we could have breakfast or lunch with our family members, with our wives, with our children, with our parents, and leave it at that? Or does everyone on our social network accounts need to know exactly what we're having and when we're having it? Could it be that when you want to say happy birthday to your wife, to your husband, to your kids, you could actually turn to them and say happy birthday without posting on social media about how you wish happy birthday to that person? Could it be that we've just lost touch with what it means to be interpersonal, to be personally involved with someone without the entire world being involved? Could it be that we could be a little bit more sensitive about other people's feelings when it comes to a mishap and put our phones away and try to be there for them instead of embarrassing them by taking a video or sharing a video? I feel the world has come to a point where we have to realize that with all the positivity that the world has gained through the internet, through social media, I think we might have overstepped it with the negativity as well. And our Chachamim, ages ago, thousands of years ago, are telling us, Hamalbin pelech havero barabim, he who shames, embarrasses their friend in public. How much more public can possibly get than social networks? He who shames someone, en lo chelek laolam haba. So maybe, just maybe next time that we think something's going to go viral, maybe we should stop it just at that thought. Maybe the next time a video that's being surrounded and being going around the net and it reaches us, instead of pressing forward, next time we'll actually press delete. I think that will be the most positive deletion we've ever done in our lives. And all these things will be zechuyot for us. And my friends, we need them. We need merits today. We need to turn to our friends and be there for them. We need to turn to other people and be there for them. At least those we know of that need our help. I think it's time for us to turn off the outside social media and turn on the inter-social. You know, and I'll end with this. Why did Yosef HaTzadik get punished by going to exile into Egypt? So many different things could have been his punishment, but why did God choose it to be exile? And our Chachamim tell us, Yosef HaTzadik had one shortcoming. He kept revealing every single thing that he thought his brothers are doing wrong to his father. He became like the little Twitter. Every single thing he saw about with his brothers that he thought were negative, whether he thought they were negative or not, he would tweet it to his father. He would open up every private aspect of his brother's lives to his father. And what was the outcome? God sent Yosef HaTzadik to exile to learn a lesson. You know what the word for opening up and revealing in Hebrew is? Galui. Galui means to reveal. It's funny how connected that word is with the word galut, exile. It's closed. He who likes to reveal things, midah keneged midah, measure for measure, he needs to go to galut, to be exiled, to be alone. You like revealing other people's secrets? Try living alone for a while with no connection with the people that you love and you care for. And Yosef HaTzadik really learned that lesson, but it came the hard way. And after all, he is called Tzaddik because he learned his lesson. Let us learn the lesson as well. Let us think before we share. Let us care. Let us not embarrass another person, and try to make sure that the next time that opportunity comes up, think twice before we share that viral video. Have a wonderful day and Shabbat Shalom.